Commission on Elections said a manual recount is not that easy to implement. A law is needed and funds should be available to provide honoraria for teachers that will serve as electoral boards.
Sila magre-recount ang mga guro, so kailangan natin sila bigyan ulit ng honoraria. Kailangan magkaroon tayo. So, yan po ay kakailanganin ng batas sa isang manual recount ng balota. So, yung po random manual audit, acceptable po yan internationally. Yan pong ginagawa.
COMELEC also said the ongoing random manual audit is also enough on the law to serve as a manual recount.
Yung po kasi random manual audit, yun po ang nakalagay sa batas eh. Yun po ang manual recount na sinasabi. Baka po siguro gusto nila sabihin yung lahat ng buong Pilipinas, buong 94,000 prison ako pagka po nagkagaling manual recount. Mas mahaba po yun, di hama. Kapag po nag-manual recount tayo sa buong eleksyon na whatever. So, ang manual recount ay ito po random manual audit natin.
But the COMELEC is also open for an election protest if voters want to open ballot boxes. But still, this has a process.
Pinaka-best talaga, protesta. Pero nakita ko na yung ballot images eh. Yun yung isang bagay na bakit wala nag-discuss. Nakita mo yung picture image ng balota sa ballot review. So, ibig sabihin, nakikumpara nila yung boto, pag binilang manual yung balota na pinakita sa kanila ng teachers doon sa na-print na election returns at na-transmit na election returns. Dito po eh. So, para nang yun po yung manual recount na sinasabi.
The PPCRB sides with the COMELEC and is convinced that there is no election fraud for the 2025 midterm elections. They are also satisfied with the transmitted votes on the transparency server. From PTV Manila, Luisa Erispe, Balita Pambansa.
Just 2 days after the people cast their votes in the 2025 midterm elections, the first day of the random manual audit is now underway. Selected ballots for the chosen precincts are being carefully reviewed and counted by hand as part of the audit process. Manual audit teams have begun their meticulous task. PTV's J.M. Pineda has the report.
2 days after Hapon ng Bayan 2025, the random manual audit of selected ballots from various precincts kicked off this morning. During the audit, manual audit teams counted the votes manually. 60 audit teams participated initially, with each group composed of 3 members. These teams are made up of teachers who also underwent training for vote counting. They are not the same individuals who serve on the electoral boards during the election. Each RMA team counted and evaluated the ballots one by one, based solely on how the automated counting machine or ACM read the ballots. This means the RMA teams did not interpret the voters' intent. They relied strictly on how the machine read each votes. The results from the RMA teams will then be reviewed by verifiers, which includes members from civil society and professional organizations such as election watchdogs, PPCRB.
Compare ng team yung kanilang number na nakuha with the number appearing doon sa election return. Doon magkakaroon ng variances na tinatawag. No? So, mag-investigate sila doon sa variance na yun. Paano nila, ano gagawin nila? I-check nila siguro yung kanilang recording. No? Baka nagkaroon sila ng error.
Meanwhile, if the manual count and election returns do not match, the Technical Evaluation Committee will step in.
They will accept every effort to determine ano yung cause ng variance kung ma-reconcile. Pag hindi nila ma-reconcile yan, titingnan ano yung total na variances. No? Abot ba ito ng 10? Lalambas ba ito ng 10? Pagka hanggang 10 lang ang variance for one ballot box, that will be accepted as, sige, okay na to. Results. Pero pag sumobra ng 10 ang variances, marirefere ito sa Technical Evaluation Committee.
The PPCRB clarified that in almost every election, the accuracy or match rate between the manual count and the machine count hovers at 99%. The group also believe this year's election returns and manual counting will align with the help of the improved ACMs used in the election. The Commission on Elections or COMELEC also emphasized the importance of the manual audit.
Ang random manual audit natin, napaka-importante po yun. Sapagkat ang random manual audit ang mag-confirm kung ang mga makina ay bumilang ng tama sa mga presinto.
It was also clarified that manual counting results cannot be used for electoral protest. The purpose of the process is solely to confirm whether the numbers released by the AC in March. The manual count is expected to last around 45 days to more than a month, although this could vary depending on how quickly the committee completes its number matching process. From PTV Manila, JM Pineda, Balita Pambansa.
On the other news, House Speaker Martin Romualdez and Representative Sandro Marcos were re-elected in Leyte and Ilocos Norte, respectively. Meanwhile, Akbayan Party List leads the party list race with over 2.2 million votes. As the 20th Congress opens in July, focus turns to the possible impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte, with talks of adding Laila de Lima and Shell Jokno to the prosecution team. Meanwhile, the Philippine Tobacco Institute has thrown its weight behind several Senate proposals aimed at cracking down on the illicit tobacco trade in the country, a long-standing issue that has cost the government billions in lost revenue. This and more in tonight's Business Wrap from the Philippine News Agency.
In our business news, the Philippine Tobacco Institute expressed support for several proposals it said that would help curb illicit tobacco trade. The PTI cited the need to pass measures to strengthen law enforcement and taxation measures. This following the increase in the illicit tobacco trade to 80.2% by the end of 2024, as well as the increase in the share of illicit cigarettes from 5.4% in 2020 to 80.2% in 2024. It also noted that the annual revenue losses due to illicit trade alone amount to 52 billion pesos, while legal tax-paid tobacco volumes declines from 69 million sticks in 2020 to 43.8 billion last year.